Welcome back to the morning show here on Arise News. Thank you for staying with us. Trafficking of Nigerian girls into various global destinations for the purpose of engaging in prostitution continues to thrive, despite several interventions by the National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons. Who are behind these mindless exploitation of fellow human beings for illicit money, and why does it seem as if the laws are not being applied strictly enough to serve as a deterrent? What's the role of families in the sustenance of this racket, and to what extent is the message of caution being assimilated by potential victims? To have a clearer view on what's being done about this, we're being joined by Nancy Igbinijesu and Melody Igbinevo, who are two young women telling the story of their experience with human traffickers as a way of fighting this horrible societal scourge. It's good to have you on the morning show this beautiful Sunday morning. Thank you so much for being here. I think my first question to you will really just to be a quick summary of your experience and how you've made it this far. You've also spoken about the fact that even as a survivor, you're now going door to door to have conversations with different people to understand exactly what human trafficking is. So talk to us about that.
I was trafficked to the UAE. We were deceived by
to where?
UAE, Dubai.
Okay.
By a friend where I learned how to make hair. So the woman promised us that we have a better job there and we get a better pay. While we got there, meanwhile, she did the processes of our passport and transportation to Lagos. When we got there, the story changed. She said we should go into prostitution, which we refused. Meanwhile, a friend of mine, Imotian, who introduced me to her, she was killed. She was pushed from 25 stories building down because she refused, yes, UAE, because she refused to comply with the Arab man that wants to have sexual intercourse with her. So they threatened me if I talk, they are going to kill me. So I was in bondage with my madam for so many months. Even if I'm going out to work, she will follow me, collect the money from the men she brought for me. So after all said and done, we tried to reach out to the police, all not to avail because the policemen were also patronizing us. The policemen and the CID. The patronize.
Nigeria?
Yes. Even when they had visa ban, like nobody should come to UAE for prostitution, they were still trooping in girls, thousands of girls coming. Like in my own personal building where I stay, in a day, sometimes 20, 15 do come. So that's my short story. The police patronize us. Once the whole...
Is it the same story with Nancy?
No, similar to it because I was also deceived. My mother has a restaurant, so when one woman came and said, look at the beautiful girl, you can cook all those stuff, blah, 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 blah. So she deceived me into it. So when I got to Dubai, the story changed. So that very day that I got to Dubai, I refused what they asked me to do. They beat me that day and I was locked in the room. They were bringing me different men and she was collecting, that is my boss, she was collecting the money from them. They will come have sex with me. So I was in total bondage. So I was begging her for her to leave me to come out. I will, like, how am I going to put it? For her to leave me to come out, that I will do the job she asked me. That is the prostitution she asked me to do. On my 5th day, she allowed me to come out. That was when I ran and I submitted myself to the station.
The UAE police.
There is a J, like a J, that I'm coming back to my country. They were laughing at me that you are frustrated, go back to Dubai. I said, no, I'm coming back. There was one man that rescued me, so...
Were you both in Lagos or in Edo State?
I was in Benin, Edo State, when I met that woman, so...
What about you?
I was in Benin.
Nancy? In Benin too?
Yes,
okay, so how did you escaped, you are back into the country, so your mission now is to assist other ladies to come out, those that you said that. Yeah.
Our mission is, we are 45 of us trying to reach out to all the ladies that are being abused through this process. It's not an easy something to just come out and speak what has happened to you, horrible things that have happened to you.
Yeah.
So
we have victims like us, like many victims that I'm afraid to speak at, that are in pains. So many girls are in pains. They are afraid. They are ashamed to speak at. That is why we are going door to door to speak at and to let other young girls not to fall victim.
Understandably so. Can I just ask quickly, this woman, or I'm sure different women in your cases,
the
madams, where are they now? Do you have any idea if they've been arrested?
Oh, I have an idea of mine. She was arrested immediately I came back to Nigeria. She's also deported. She's in Nigeria now. I suspect that she's in Lagos.
Right,
They will not take you to their houses. They will not take you to anywhere they know you can find them. So
I really I empathize with you, and we're going to look for a way to give you more time to be able to talk about this particular story. But I'm so glad that you're at least back in Nigeria and and safe. And I apologize that you had to go through any of that. Thank you so much for.
And we have a little news for our young girls for not to be very desperate. Communication, all that glitter is not good.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good place to end it. Thank you so much for being on the show.
All right, Nancy and Melody, like we said, we will find a way to bring you back so that you can speak, have more time to speak to Nigerians and the cause that you are pursuing. We were actually meant to have what's her name? The actress Tonto Dike, to be part of this. Yes, Save a Life.
She has been a huge support to us. We spoke to her.
All you 45 that came back.
No, she spoke to us. To
all right.
us.
We are emotional. Also, she.
Okay, all right, that's fine.